Hello students. Let us learn the procedure for execution of experiments for part B. So the software we are using is called as Code Composer Studio and the version number is 3.3. So in the desktop you'll be able to see two icons. One is called as Setup CC Studio v3.3. The second one is called as CC Studio v3.3. So in the initial stage we have to decide whether we are going to do simulation or we are going to do it on a hardware. So the choice is done by choosing Setup Code Composer Studio option. You double click, you'll get an option something like this. So this is the initial state. Under My Systems, it will be initially empty. So we have to choose what is called as a family. We know the device is coming under the family called as C67XX. Next, choose the platform. If you want to go for simulation, choose simulator. Endianness is to be chosen as little. So the device we have is called as C6713. So select the device and add it under My System. So you can see that the board is appearing C6713 Device Cycle Accurate Simulator, and the device under that board is TMS320C6713. So we'll save this option and quit. It prompts whether you have to open the Code Composer window or not. Click Yes. The CCS window will be launched. This is the initial stage. We can go for creating a new project. Under Project, you have option New. The location of your project by default will be C drive, CC Studio version 3.3 / my project. So if you want to create a new project, give a name for your project. For example, here I will call it as linear_conv. Okay. So linear_conv will be the title of the project. It is also going to create a folder by the same name. Okay. The project type is going to be executable. The choices are executable or library. So .out is the final output file which we are expecting. The target, it's already been selected. It belongs to the family called as 67XX. So after you've done all this, click on Finish. Okay, so the project is created. Okay, so you can see below the projects we have the title linear_conv.pjt. That's the extension for the project file. We have some folders, source, library, etc., which are initially empty. So first we have to begin creating a source file. So to select a source file, go to File, click on New Source File. So initially you should get an empty file. Okay, initially it's going to be an empty file. Okay, so it will be a completely empty file. In that empty file we're going to type the program. Okay, so here let me just copy what I already have. Okay, I have a program which is readily available with me, so let me just copy the program. Okay, now after you have typed the code, you need to save it. Okay, save it in the path that you had decided. That's your project file. Okay, so go to File, Save As. Okay, you have to locate your folder. So where is your folder? Under CC Studio version 3.3, C drive, CC Studio version 3.3, you have My Projects. Under My Projects, we had called it as linear_conv. So go to your folder. Okay, select your folder, give a name. For example, if the program is called as say linear1, the extension should be .c. So it's a C program, so the extension should be .c. So save it. Okay, so you can see that the file name is linear1.c. Okay, so the top blue ribbon tells you which mode you are in. So you are in the simulator mode for this particular device. So it is clearly mentioned in the top. Okay. So once the file has been created, you have to add it under your project. Go to source, right click, add files to project, select your code, linear 1, and click on open. So you can see if you expand the source, that linear1.c should appear here. The next step is going to be to add the libraries. The path for including the libraries, once again, add files to project. Okay. The project library will be located in, the path is C drive, CC Studio version 3.3. Under that, the folder is C6000. Under C6000, CG tools, lib for library. Locate the file called as RTS6700. It's a library file, so the extension will be .lib. Okay, so select the file and click open, and you can see that the file is coming under libraries. Okay, so these are the two files you have to have mandatorily in your project. One is a source file, the second is library. So after this step, we can go for compiling the code to check whether there are some errors or not. So you can go to project. Under project, we have option called as compile. Next we have build. Next we have rebuild. All these three steps are to be done in succession. Okay, the same options are available even in the taskbar also. You can see there's a compile file. So after compiling, we have the incremental build, and finally we have rebuild all. So at the end of this, the output file will be created provided you do not have any errors. Okay, if you have errors, go back, rectify it. Now we have to load the file that we already have. Go to file, load program, under debug. So in your folder, please remember the project that you have created, linear_conv. Inside debug, you should find the file with the same name, but the extension is .out. So select that, click open, and the program is loaded. So this is called as disassembly listing. The program which you have written in C is converted to assembly language and is listed here. So now we have to run it. To run, go to debug, and you have option called as run. F5 is the shortcut key. Alternatively, you have the symbol here also. Okay, so if you click here, it is going to run the program. The program is going to prompt for inputs depending on the nature of the program. So here initially it is asking for the lengths of the two inputs. The first sequence is length 4. The second sequence is also length 4. The third it asks for the input x of n. So provide the values, okay, 4 inputs. Similarly, for the second one also we are providing 4 inputs. So at the end, you can see in the bottom, so you can see what is called as std out. Here you can see the outputs. Okay, so the outputs are visible here. So they are listed one below the other according to the nature of the statement you have written in the program. So the values are 1, 4, 10, 20, 25, 24, 26. Okay, so 7 values you got as an output. Now this same can be displayed graphically. To show a graph, you have to go to view. Under view, you have graph. Select time/frequency. Now here you can see display type is single time. Graph title, its default graphical display. Start address, you have to change it according to your program. So here we have the variable called as y, which holds the output. So I give that as the start address. Okay. The buffer size 128, let it be same. Index increment, let it be 1. The data size here, I will change it to 8. Okay. Next, it is 32-bit. Q value 0. Sampling rate is 1. Plot data from left to right. Left shift data, yes. Auto scale on. DC value 0. Axis on. The unit for display is seconds. Status bar display on. Okay. Yeah. So this data plot, I'll change from line to bar. Okay. So these are the options we'll select, and I'll click OK, and you'll get a plot like this. Okay, so this is the method how you can execute programs in CCS and check the output. Okay, thank you all.